Hi, it is amazing news. I'm shocked, so relieved. Welcome, everyone. His ass is grass. See if this is a little more upbeat. Played viola for 4 years. '14 to '18. My sister played cello and we were in the Vermont Youth Orchestra. I'm in a weird mood. Watch out. I had a weird day. Even just getting to my appointment for my heart. Oh, Lord. Done. Okay. So that music is by Schwartzy. Oh, God. Okay, so, God, am I going to break this? All right, so everybody, hi, Mary Jane Doe, it's Dodie Redding. It is amazing news. It's just shocking. I do feel bad for his daughters, I mean, we kind of got to, right? Because they really think he's innocent. But then again, it's all they have left, right? Hi, Barbara Smith. Oh, goodness. Hi, Aussie True Crime. Hi, everybody. Nice. In Freeside, hi there. It's been so many years. Yeah. And I am coloring my hair tomorrow with what is called, Mary Jane Doe, chocolate cherry. And that's where I got it from, even though my hair is like a cherry Coke. Hi, MS0426. Hi, everybody. Okay, so let me, okay, how do I get that off? Okay, oops, shit. Okay, shoot. It's swearing lately. All right, let me get So as you can see, I'm in my workout gear. This is nice because it's got a built-in bra, right? For the ladies that understand this stuff. A little built-in bra. Okay, so I needed to vent. Everyone else can vent, so I guess I will a little bit. So I'm riding my bike there. Everything's fine. And remember when I filmed, you turn up where those roundabouts are? Right after the first one, not the second one. So it's way down. Excuse me, a good 4, maybe 5 blocks, maybe 6. I don't know. Because even the cab driver, I had to take a cab home because all of a sudden it wouldn't go forward. It was the weirdest thing. Now it happened when I noticed the brakes were kind of rubbing really close or something. So it was on the easiest gear, but it was hard to pedal kind of. And I was like, well, I don't know anything about bikes even yet. And I thought, well, maybe if I change this 3, this left gear thing or whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, to a 2. And then all of a sudden, everything locked up. I couldn't go back. I couldn't go forward. Now, so I stood there with my bike because I couldn't even roll it. I carried it to the side of the road. And once again, I was lucky, right? Just like the other day, 2 days ago. No, not Wednesday, Monday, when I got, or was it Wednesday that I was there? No, I didn't go Wednesday. Anyway, when I got my sweatshirt caught in the spokes, right? It was almost there to cardiac rehab. So anyway, I watched for any guy, right? I'm not going to ask a woman to fix my bike or look at it. And 3 cars went by slowly around the roundabout, whatever. I noticed they were women. They passed me by. I was looking at them. They're probably wondering what on earth was wrong. Or maybe they could have cared less. And then this guy, he looked like he was about 70. And he looked and he smiled, and as he was kind of going by, and I said, "Can you help me?" So he got out of his car and he didn't know if it was the brakes, the whatever. He tried. So he said, "Where are you headed?" And I said, "Cardiac rehab," which is right up there to the right of the hospital. He said, "Well, I can give you a lift there." And I did. I took a lift because he was a lot older guy. And I know you can't trust people these days, but I didn't want to be half an hour late, 20 minutes late to an hour appointment. So I locked my bike up to a sign right outside someone's house, got in his car. He drove me 5 blocks up. I said, where are you headed or something like that? And he said, home. And I said, okay. So anyway, he let me out at those lights because he couldn't go straight through. I guess it's just for ambulances or something. So I got out and it was quite warm then. I had my white sweatshirt tied around my waist and my little peach colored backpack and my bike gloves and my helmet. And I thanked him. I said, "Thank you so much for stopping." And anyway, he told me that I should probably call a cab and then the cab could stick it in the car, which I didn't even think of, you guys. I don't know why. I didn't even think. And yet I've done that before at the store. I was just like, how am I going to get my bike home? How am I going to get it home? So that's what I did. And when he dropped me off and I walked in, I knew I had maybe 5 extra minutes. I didn't even look. I pulled out my phone and there were 2 So there were like hard times, but kind of glorious, happy, sweet little precious times too. There was this little bunny, the size of a smaller than a Coke can. I mean, really, a small, regular 12-ounce can, smaller than that, just babies. And it was nibbling on grass in front of those bushes where I go up into cardiac rehab and park my bike, whatever. So I pulled out my flip phone and I was filming. And then there was another one. So there were two, and it was the cutest thing. And I was actually all of, I would say, 2.5 feet away with my phone filming. So it's on video, right? And I think it's all fine and dandy. And I'm filming for a good, I don't know, 2.5 minutes. So I go to check it out, and it's not there. Like I filmed, and then somehow I think it got turned off or something. Now I made sure I didn't hit the end. I hit the middle video thing, but I guess that erased it. Like I don't do many videos anymore on my little flip phone. So anyway, so that was gone, but I got to see it and experience the cute little bunnies right after my bike practically falls apart, it seems like, on the street. So I get there, and there's all of I sat on the floor. All the chairs were taken, and that was fine. And within less than 5 minutes, we were handed our little square, whatever things we put in a pocket thing with our name, and we attach a thing here and then two down to on our hip waist area. And I sat in the thing and I did the where you just hang on and you pedal. Just like last time, it's 5 minutes, and then they have you stay there and do an additional 12. So you do 17 minutes there, and then you go over to another machine. And last time I chose the epileptical. This time I chose something else. You sit in and you pedal around like a bike, but your arms go like this at the same time. So that was interesting. And then she added another like 17 minutes to that. So I calculated 34 minutes on those machines, 3 miles up on my bike, 3 miles back, mostly downhill. Half of it's downhill. The rest is just regular pedaling. And then I pedaled really fast today near the end of the first machine. So, because I was close to 3.5 miles and I wanted to get to the 3.5, and I did. I got to 3 I think it was like 49, literally, or maybe it was 350, but it was 3.5 miles on that thing. So I figured out, and that's just the first thing. And then I don't know if it's just a mile on the other or what, but I calculated 3, 6, 9.5, and at least half a mile on the other thing. I'm getting 10 miles worth of exercise. Thankfully, it's only twice a week now. Like I've said a million times, I wanted to finish 2 days of this week, and then next week on the 2-day mark, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So yeah, so I had a good workout, a little bottle of water, and then I had to call a cab. And I went over to the fountain, the fountain building it's called, and I just kind of looked at I was glad I had the thick white with the hood because there was no sun. It was just sort of grayish, and it's very windy in this town or state or something. And I was glad I wasn't in shorts. So I would have been freezing. So I sat there in the cab. It was supposed to be 20 minutes to a half hour, and it was probably about 15 or so. And it was nice. And he was an older man, probably about 75. I mean, he was, older than me and everything. Very nice man. I said, "How long have you been doing this?" He said, 4 years. Anyway, we couldn't find my bike. And I said, "Well, it must be down another block." and then another block, and then another block, and then finally it was right after the first roundabout, because there's two and then you go up 3 or 4 blocks. So we found my bike. It could have been stolen. It wasn't. I didn't really think, it's not that fancy. I told him I have another bike. I have my light blue one, that I pedal without gears. It's one of those old fashioned 70s or whatever it is. And then my son's yellow bike that he just doesn't like the seat, doesn't like the way it feels, whatever. And it's extremely heavy. I mean, I've never lifted a motorcycle, of course, but good grief. It's so heavy. It's like lifting weights. Literally, you have to like breathe through your nose and mouth to get that thing up 4 flights of stairs, but it's better than not having a bike. So then it was literally $9 and something, and we were picking up my bike. I mean, I'm not even halfway home and it's $9. So anyway, by the time I got home, because I was looking at the meter, it was 19 something, right? And he didn't even run the meter, which was nice. I had to call my daughter and I said, be really quick. I'm waiting in the cab. I don't have enough money on my card. I got to transfer money, from the savings, whatever. And because I'm on a flip phone, I couldn't just do it. And I said to the guy, oh my gosh, I hope you don't think I'm trying not to pay. Or he said, no, it's fine. And so she ran down, my daughter, with the iPad so I could transfer money. And then guess what, which I totally forgot, or I thought it would work actually. No Wi-Fi or whatever outside. So then I had to say, sir, and he was looking at my bike, and I gave him my card. I left my backpack on the corner by him in the car. I gave him my card. I said, I'm really sorry about this. I mean, it was like 15 extra minutes. I'm not even kidding. I said, I have to run upstairs with this iPad so it'll work, so I can transfer money and pay you. And I said, and I'll tip you too. So first, when I thought I had enough money in there, I was just going to tip like $4, which is a lot for me, when you don't have any real extra and stuff. But he was kind and he helped get my bike in the back, and he's an older man, and he was kind of gurgling a little bit. He kind of sounded like a smoker, and he was having a hard time breathing almost. Like, I'm not even kidding. Anyway, I ended up just, I said, let's just call it 30 even with my card. And he said, okay, thank you. And so, I ended up tipping him a good amount, and $10 and something, but it felt good. But the thing is, I could have been all pissed off. I could have been, I could have been so mad that, I'm not even going to tip him, and just mad at the world. But you really do, as you get older, you can go with the punches more. You can, I mean, what do you do, right? You got to pay, but I was having thoughts of like, if this was a younger guy and thought I was trying to scam him out of money for a ride, he could have called the police. Spend 15 minutes. She's not down out of her house yet. I need the cops. I think this person isn't planning on paying. Who knows how it could have turned? But I had a really nice man that is just go with the flow too. And he moved here in 1972, and he lives in Birch Bay. And he used to be a fisherman, he said, and he did construction work. And, I was blessed. I was blessed, even though it was a little bit of a hard day. So now tomorrow, because the front tire won't go forward or back, and I mean, I sprayed WD-40 or whatever, is that what it's called? And I turned the bike over, and I was messing with things. My hands were just black, and they're still like my nails aren't even that clean. See that? And I've already tried to, anyway, I cleaned with soap like 5 times. And so, yeah. I'm going to bring it to Jack's bicycle, and there's another fee. So I think I just need all new brakes for one, and maybe something else. Looks like some parts are rusting a little bit around the brakes and the gears. So yeah. So then I was like, I'm just too exhausted to even do a live. But then I thought, well, why not? Why not? I'll just tell you guys about my day. It's been a couple of days anyway. And then I was watching live Fox Now or whatever, live now Fox. I think it's live Fox now. Anyway, and yeah, this Barry Bastard, who I've always thought is guilty. I mean, you guys, it's pretty much everyone thinks he's guilty, to tell you the truth. I don't even know why. I think the whole case near the end, something happened. Wasn't it thrown out, or I don't even know, but I was just shocked that he was walking before. And I had no idea they were still working on things and still. So I think possibly a different, supposedly because her remains were found in a certain county, the woman that spoke on Live Now Fox, or they taped it, I mean, and what she said we can try the case in my jurisdiction. Um, so yeah, and as you guys know, I can't even remember all the details. She was in her late 40s or mid 40s. She had two teenage daughters then, older teenage, and they don't think their father could do something like that. But it's, you know, the tranquilizer hunting kind of dart found in the dryer, and her phone pinging all over the house when she was probably trying to run away from him in this huge house. He was philandering around, and she was having an affair with a man in high school that she liked, and he found out or was getting suspicious, and but yet he's doing his thing going online, and there's proof of all of this in the transcripts and in court. But you can see him, and there's video of him dropping her things, her clothes and different things, in 5 different dumpsters in a town where he went to supposedly work that day. And then the hotel people said his room where he was staying just reeked of bleach, and it's just all. And then there's a picture of him going into the hotel carrying a shovel, and he thought he was going to get away with all of this. And that poor woman, he said that she just disappeared on a bike ride on Mother's Day in Colorado. It's just sickening. And he planted her helmet and her, all this stuff, and even wrote a note at a store like, oh, this is what we're looking for, a blue helmet, blah, blah, blah. Thank God. So he was in Arizona, apparently, and he's been arrested, and he'll be extradited. Is that the word? Extradited back to Colorado. Yeah, and I mean, that lady had a big smile on her face. This poor woman, this is what I mean. I've said in my domestic violence programs, you guys, the most dangerous time is when you're trying to leave. And that's when you really have to have your P's and Q's in a row, have what you need, make sure someone knows. Don't meet up with a guy if he says, well, I just want to wish you well and take you to dinner. No, he's probably going to off you. When kids are involved, it's worse. So, but she was fighting cancer, I believe, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, a second time. And wasn't it breast cancer? Anyway, just a sweet woman, it looked like, beautiful person. And they met in high school. There's pictures of them, Suzanne Morphew and Barry Morphew, but he just was very, became a, or maybe he was the whole time, a womanizer. And apparently she didn't even really want to leave Indiana, which is where her mother and father and brother were from and lived, I mean. But she went to Colorado because Barry really wanted to. And, maybe that was in his plan the whole time to get rid of her far away from family. The brothers searched and searched with different teams. And some of them have channels, and I can't remember the name. He tried to say she must have got eaten by a tiger, or I mean a cougar, or a mountain lion, and that's on tape, and it's all very incredible. And it was 5 years ago. Okay, I had forgotten how long stuff was, but he's rearrested and been charged. So I just blabbed on forever. Hello to the 21 people in the sand dunes out there watching. Yeah, you're trying really hard to surround yourself with positivity, Mary Jane. I really liked that picture you sent me, or little teeny, whatever, 4 or 7 second video of yourself on my messenger. Hi, everybody. Oh, hi, Sunlit Shelby. Hello. Okay. Saying hi to some people who I didn't see before. Yeah, Mary Jane Doe. Oh my gosh, Megan, you're so lucky you're okay and you ran into a good person. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, if something gets stuck in your spokes, you can literally go flying. And that's what it's like God. I mean, it has to be God. He's always watching out for me. It's like when I got my spokes, I mean, my sweatshirt in the spokes, and you could hear it on the little video that, or whatever it did. When I yanked it first, just like without looking, trying to like get over to the side of the road more, it wouldn't budge. And then I did it again and it came out. So yeah. And I even told the guy, I said, if you were in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, what I said to him, because his hair was really white and it was obvious he was in his 60s, maybe 70s, in this little dark blue car. I said I wouldn't even be accepting a ride from you. And he goes, yeah, I know, you can't be too careful these days. I said, no. I said, and in fact, for you to even stop and inquire and take your time and help me, is really nice of you, I said to him. Hi, Kelly from Seattle. Elliptical, what did I say? Epilictal or something dumb? Hi, ADHD. Who is this? Yeah. Hi, AK-47. Hey, how are you doing? Obviously something moved the rye. What? You don't know this case at all, Mary Jane Doe? I remember when it came up sometime, was it before or after Summer Wells? If it's been 5 years, it was before, I think. Hi, Killing Time, all the way from Nebraska. Mary Jane Doe in New York. When Morbid brought you over at AK, are you still sober? Oh, good. I'm new to the channel, says ADHD. Well, you can be new all you want. Okay, what are these, Mary Jane Doe? What are those lilac bushes? Are those flowers? Oh, God. Yeah, so anyway, this hair color I have is Ferraria because it's got to be dark enough, but not black, not dark brown, and I want some red highlights in it. It's literally called chocolate cherry. I've never used it before, so I look a little disheveled, don't I? A little disheveled. But thank you. We're all nobodies. I did another DoorDash delivery to Tina, and this time she body slammed me. Took the food and we did a selfie together before she ran off. You're hilarious, ADHD. What state are you in? I can't remember. AK-47, I love those days, you know, especially building that Lego set. It's one of them. Hi. Oh, there's Peggy. It's been a while. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Oh my goodness. Is this rapper pretending to be ADHD? Mary Jane Doe is my baby daddy? That's something rapper would say. Maybe not. Everyone's laughing. She's a ninja. Being sober, that's an understatement. Yeah. Are you sober? It's a different life, I'll tell you that. You know, it's different. No, I'm a dork. You're funny. Well, both you and your wife came on that, or you were on and then your wife. So, it's like a tag team kind of deal. This is StreamYard. This is StreamYard right here. This is StreamYard. Um, I'll turn this fan on low. So after, I think it was, 3 years, they found Suzanne Morphew's remains in what's called something bone cemetery. Yeah. Can I ask you a question? If I took you out to a club, would you dance with me? Who are you asking? Because for one, you're all the way in Ohio, and secondly, you have a girlfriend. Because you told me she's wonders who I am or something. I don't know, but okay. So oh, you silly! I'm asking you. I would take you to go dancing. That salmon color looks good on you. Thanks. Well, you know, it's yeah, it is salmon, isn't it? It's not pink. I guess it is salmon. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm trying to get high enough up, but not fall off my chair. No, AK-47, you said that like an old girlfriend or something. I mean, this was last year. Came over, was living with you, and maybe she was doing, you know what? I don't know though. It's been a long day. And then yesterday was shopping, carrying everything up the darn steps. Just Shaylin and I, because Parker was up through the night. All I'm gonna say is familial wise, so and so is well, he's probably watching the show, making his own son feel like shit. Just gonna say it. Like it's really, really not good. He's burning bridges that are gonna become unrepairable. Is that a word? ADHD. I've had tremors since 1989. And then I didn't go to a neurologist until they got bad in 2000. When was that? 2012, maybe? And yeah. Oh, well, AK-47, I don't know. Maybe it was a year and a half ago then. I'm sorry. Yes, see, Mary Jane Doe said it too. I think you said it was someone you knew in your past that she was moving in where you were. Yeah. But you were a little nervous because, maybe I shouldn't say it. You thought maybe she had a problem. You know what I mean? Oh my God, you're not really upset, are you, AK-47? All right, everybody in chat, hello. Who won the effing says I have a girlfriend? I'm going to wait for this, you liars, damn it. No, well, if we're wrong, we're wrong. And maybe, she was just a friend or whatever. Things, you said it months ago. Okay. So anyway, oh, I did mention about my ex. That's true, but no, I'm not with anyone. I haven't. You were just talking about it. I didn't see you, like if she ever actually came there. I didn't like if, yeah. Yeah, AK-47's always kind of liked me. And it's nice. I mean, it's nice having admirers. But I mean, I'm very careful and I peeked at Truthfully Trisha, which I had forgotten about for a while, and she was really going through it. Okay, Shorty is going to have surgery on her hip in July. Everybody put prayers in for her, please. Aw. Yeah, people just are going through things. Hello to the 27 in the sand dunes. It's 10 o'clock over there. So, I mean, Mary Jane Doe, I'm shocked that I really am that you never heard about the Suzanne Morphew. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I never thought they were going to find her remains. Look at that. You guys. My hair is getting so long, I could do a little teeny ponytail on the side. Isn't that cute? I kind of like it. I mean, it's kind of up because I didn't want my ears to get cold. So I had this over my ears and then my helmet on. Very sad story. She disappeared on Mother's Day. Yeah. And it was just too weird. Remember when he did that public announcement? He never even said, I miss you. He said, your girls miss you and we hope you're okay. And just none of it was, yeah, I mean, because like I looked back at some of the pictures and I knew I had short hair, but Lord, it was right here. And this doesn't look like a lot, but I'm telling you right now, it's almost 2 inches more. And I'm not getting, but I found out that this, when it's feathered like this and this length, it's called a short wolf cut. When it's fringe layered and everything like I had it. And I'm going to show you guys something on my phone. If I decide to wear, oh my God, damn. Bangs, but longer ones, not short like I've had them in the past. That's why I'm able to pull some hair over to the side. This came up about, okay, it's right here. I think this is a really cute look. I know it's a crappy picture, but her hair is longer down in here than right here, and she's got some bangs. This is called a wolf cut. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? See that? Now see, her hair is to her chin. And mine, when it's down, mine goes to, well, this headband pulls it back a little, but it actually goes to my mouth. So in 2 more months, or 3, it should be to my chin. Yeah, so and then last night or the night before, Shaylin said, "Mom, I found a picture of that beetle we were screaming at." And I said, "Oh my gosh, well, here it is, you guys." It was flippin' huge. Okay, look how long that thing, and look at its front legs bend or something, and the back ones. I mean, look at that. Okay, so it was striped. That's exactly it, and it's called a June beetle. And here's it up close. The things go out and then up. They curl up like a couple of horns. You look at this picture. This was the gosh darn thing. Look at that. Look at those things. It was the size of a skinny silver dollar, which doesn't make any sense. See how long it is on the top of the finger? That was outside my door when I was, I don't know how many days ago now, 3 or something. And I had my bike gloves on. And when I tried to just move it, because it was so still, to see if it was alive, it literally hissed. A freaking bug hissing. Okay, I'm sure there's bugs that hiss. But anyway, I had never experienced it. So I took my finger and I did it again in the back. I didn't want to break its leg or hurt it, right? And I'm like, Shaylin, you got to come see this bug. She's like, what? I go, it's a huge bug. I said, I've never seen this before in Washington State. She comes out. She goes, oh my God. I said, watch, it hisses. And I touched the back of it with my glove and I went, just like that. So I touched it again and went, that loud, like a noticeable loud hiss. She's like, oh my gosh. I said, we should Google this and find out what this is. So then, like a dork, I guess, I went to just try to get it to walk. and move away from my door area down. So I touched the back of it, and it either got stuck on the leather of my glove, like I'm not even kidding. Apparently they don't bite. This is what the Google said. And apparently they hiss when they feel threatened, or it was a weird word, like not disappointed. That's just stupid for a bug. But I don't know. It starts with the letter D. So anyway, that thing I thought clamped and bit or something, and I was screaming and trying to shake it off. I was like, ah! I was screaming because the glove was on me, and I thought it was going to bite me right through. Shaylin screamed, "Oh my God!" And then it flew off, and I said, "Where did it go?" And it was in front of our neighbor right across from us, in front of her door. And she's like, "We should pick it up." And I said, I'm not touching that thing. You are that bug, ADHD. That's a bit embarrassing. Don't judge me. I remember Tina. You guys are so funny. My finger, it's really weird, Peggy. The skin, see how okay, see this is all plush? It's plush. This is all a little bit wrinkly and I don't know what. See how it's darker in color? A little more narrow. Well, there's the shit show. Hi, shit show. He says, usually you come in with 2 eyeballs looking around. How are you? Hit the like, you guys. Please hit the like. So anyway, says the shit show. See, I remember. I flew back to my nest, says ADHD. Oh, there's the eyeballs from the shit show. Your program, the shit show, is intense. It's intense. I'd be afraid to go over there and even go up on your panel ever. I'd be afraid. It's like there's some hard knocks. It gets nuts. Yeah, I can imagine. AK, who you inviting to? Oh my God. You're so funny, AK7. Well, that's sweet, and you know, that you want to take me to dinner and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I've known you on here for what, a couple of years now, or it'll be 2 years I've had my channel this August. Yeah, I started at the end of August 2 years ago. Feels like 3. Do you guys think in chat, I took her to Comic-Con, would she go? And second, would she dress up like? Oh my God. Oh my God, ADHD, you're so funny. I knew you were the guy on here. I don't think your wife would be the one being like all kind of funny like that. Well, I mean, I don't know. A light switch, though, what is that like? Never seen anyone like a light switch. Oh gosh, you guys. So all right. So what was I gonna say? Wasn't I showing something? Okay, I showed the bugs. Let me show the shit show. Look at these horn-like things on this. It's called, by the way, a June beetle. Look at these things. They look like miniature little horns. I mean, look at that bug. And look how long it is on that finger. It looks like it's from there to there or something. ADHD. Oh my God, Tina, I'm dead. I never ever heard that till over on Dolly Visions when people on panel or in chat were like, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm like, oh, what? What the hell? I've never heard that. And I never heard, I can't. I just can't. I can't. I never heard that either. It's just people are from different places. I'm going to fall off this thing. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm going to fall off. You guys are all going to laugh at me. So, Roger Rabbit, the heck is that? I mean, isn't that a cartoon from the 60s or something? Okay, so this bug is really weird. And yeah. It's my sister's birthday today. I sent her a card, so I'm sure she checked her mail and all that. Happy birthday, Ashley. It's just crazy. I'm looking at some pictures, the ones that were on my in my post. Oh Lord. Yes, Parker.
You're on mute, right?
No, no.
I'm on mute real quick.
Yeah. This was my son when he was, how old was he there? Because this is over when he was staying with his dad. So I think it's about 10 years old. I think he was about 20 there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I had to turn it off because he was asking me some things and he wanted me to turn it off. Wow, look how long my bangs are. But I don't want to cut them. I mean, I could trim them just a teensy so they're still there. This was a picture I took. It's the backside, so she won't care. That's her with her short little ringlets. My daughter, about a month old, looking at a pond when we went for a walk, the three of us. Um,
Mom, my precision rings are here. They were delivered in your mailbox.
okay. Well,
Why did they do that? Why can't they put it in Amazon house?
I don't know. I don't know. So let me end my live when I'm ready to end it, which will be pretty soon
No,
because
these are silicone. They will never break.
I have a small headache. Anyway. Oh,
What are we gonna do?
Parker, let me end my live when I'm ready to in a minute here.
What do you mean a minute? You're gonna be down in a minute?
Well, I have a small headache right now, and yeah, and then I'll go down, okay? Look at there's Charlie, the gray and white one, and Stormy, the gray one. Remember my guinea pigs? I mean, I had guinea pigs every day for. Oh, thanks. I can do a few things with it now. I mean, a little bit. I can have some tendrils and I can do a little ponytail and even one on the side. I kind of like that. And eventually I'll be able to do two little ponytails. That's what's fun about having longer hair. I look like Pippi. Well, y'all. I know Killing Time. He's been asking me for. He's all the way in Ohio, and I would meet the guy and be his friend if I trust him that much. He does Legos. He seems like a quite a nice guy. He's got a nice dog. He's supportive. Um, but yeah, dog has to pee. AK. Perhaps her dog has to bed. Oh my God. You're going to fly out here to Washington? Oh my goodness gracious. Hi, Peggy. Oh, the animals, just the kittens and the cats. I don't want to say like the exact amount, but you guys pretty much know. Mommy and Daddy are here, and the kittens, of course, are a year and a half plus 3 months now, going on 3 months, and they're really funny. Oh gosh, they're really funny. Um, Soots is a real character. Whenever she follows me everywhere, first of all. I'll leave Parker's room and I'll turn around and there she is. And when I'm in the living room, she curls up in a ball in front of the glass on by the sliding glass door. When I go into the kitchen, she's right there. She just and she and it's really quite funny. And every time I pet her, when I'm standing up, if I'm sitting on the couch, she doesn't do it so much, but she does this little pony arch thing. Like she does. She literally shoots up on her, partway up on her hind legs and then down, like a little pony or something. Like it's just adorable. And yeah, and then Sunshine wants a lot of petting and attention. Whenever a cat's getting pet, she gets her nose in there and wants, and then I pet her, but she kind of crouches down. I don't know. She's just more timid. And of course, Tulip isn't. Tulip likes to rub his teeth on my hand and push, and they're just really, really funny. And Ginger, I was able to trim her nails by not even holding her, just, you know, just pushing the little nail out, the daddy kitty, and she just sat there and looked up at me like this, just like this, while I did her nails. I mean, it was just, they all have, as we know, their own little personalities. Yeah, and I don't know if Sierra covered this, but those kittens, remember when she was in my chat, and quite a few of you were, the very next day, her mother's friend, who's a former veterinarian, came and got all the kittens, 6 of them, and the mama, brought them all to the vet. They spent many hours there. One of the kittens had to stay. I don't know what that means, if they were going to, bottle feed it and help it thrive or what. The other 5, and the mama left with that lady, and she was bringing them to her house for a little while. And then I don't know if she's going to take care of them and then give them away. I don't know. But it's really a good thing all of that happened, and that Sierra and her son, Zion, saw them and cared for him and gave him water. The mama kitty, the veterinarian said, at the place, was malnutritioned. Yeah. So, but they're all doing really great, except one had to be left there. But they're getting the care that they needed. And Zion put a little fence around there until the next day, and yeah, I just feel so sorry for animals. The lady told me, I'd say this was a good 6 years ago. I talked to her about, I don't know how it came up. I didn't come, well, I might have said, do you euthanize animals here at this humane society? Because some do, and some don't. And she said to me, 70 cats a day, you guys. 70 a day. You know why? There isn't room for all of them. It just made me sick. It was like I almost wished she hadn't told me. I don't know if it's like that anymore. Maybe now it's 20. Maybe it's nothing for a whole week. I don't know. I know that their smaller facility that was out by the airport before is now a bigger one with a nice brick building and everything instead of this little house type deal. Yeah. Yeah. It really is heartbreaking. And this is the thing, even my post I put, right? Don't pay for a pet, go to the Humane Society. Honestly, I couldn't. I could not. I wouldn't be able to get the picture of a puppy looking up at me, even if I was there to look at kittens. I would want, I even, like, how kittens get homes quicker and easier. Everybody wants a kitten. And then you've got the older cats sitting there in these cages. It would break my heart. And then hearing it, right? The barking and the meowing and I mean, I'm not trying to discourage anyone. I just can't handle it. I mean, you guys know when it's raining and they're all out, when they're in the middle of the sidewalk where bikes can run over them and everything, slugs, I pick them up and put them over in the grass if I have time. Usually I do. Because one day I rode by this great big fat slug on my way to the AA hall like 7 years ago. And when I came back, that exact slug was, somebody had ran over it. It just made me, I know it's just a bug, or I mean a slug and all this and that, but they get big here. I've seen slugs this, actually this big, a snail that big. And I said to my ex when I saw one, um, one time, the first one ever when I moved here in 91, I said, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's a slug." I'm like, "A what?" "A slug." Okay. And a lot of people don't like them because they eat their plants and they eat the flowers and I think they eat tomatoes, and people will put salt on them and then they scream and die. I just think it's awful. Oh, wow. When my daughter adopted her last cat, she picked one that had been returned 6 times to the shelter, says Aussie True Crime. Now we couldn't live without him. Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. See, there's people that can do that and work in those places and do those things. That's wonderful. Okay, so you guys, I don't, as you know, I don't really do true crime and everything anymore, but Suzanne Morphew, um, nobody deserves to die, and especially in a way like that. And she was quite afraid of him for a while there, and it's heartbreaking. And when this whole, if I were you, because it's going to be in the news a lot now, Barry Morphew. He, I can't remember why they let him go. Why did they let him go last time? I mean, there was all this evidence against him and they let him go. Like, why? Don't slugs have horns? They're a snail. So, do snails have horns? I mean, because, like, I don't think they do they? Oh, wait, they do have those little things. Are those horns? Those things that come out with the circle on the end? Yeah, there we go. Here's a bunch of snails. You're seeing the Philippines. A glow in the dark scared the shit out of me. What? When my dog, oh, I already read that. Yeah, so Peggy says Forgotten Whispers channel from Canada is posting pictures of her newborn female kitten. Oh, wow, cute. Forgotten. So that's like cold cases she covers, probably. There's just too many people missing out there, including adults. It's too much. Because, like, I'm looking at something on my email, and then it'll be from like a month ago. I'm missing someone somewhere in Canada, whatever. Like, apparently, some guy, and I don't know if he's special need. No, he was supposed to call his mom, and she was to pick him up. So she must live by Grants Pass. And I've been over that bridge once, and it's steep and deep, and there's a park nearby, and I mean, it's just walking over the bridge is intense. Anyway, he never made it. Or if he did, he didn't call her. And he's been missing now. Shoot, now I can't remember if it was since last year or just a few months ago. But people are really worried, and there's this. Her mom feels she's a runaway, but the man that she was with, she was 16, can't remember her name, and she was seen at the school, but never went in the school, and got in some dark car with a man that she made on, was it Instagram, some kind of profile behind her mom's back or something. And yeah, left with this guy. And they show her in this blue sundress and her high heels. She left her phone on purpose at home. Um, I can't even imagine. And sometimes I'll look at these missing things, you guys, in case, God forbid, it ever happens in my life. I'll be reminded and that this stuff happens all the time to just anybody. And older people, you know, that have dementia. Um, yeah, it's really, really something. Oh gosh, that was really nice, Ozzy. Okay, so school's out, right? School's out for the summer. Why can't I get that off? Anyway, playground is pretty. There we go. Okay, so are those called horns? Do they know how she died? Are you talking about Suzanne Morphew, Peggy? Um, well, not no, because she was just bones, and I know sometimes you can tell from just bones, but they do pretty much know the timing, right? Somewhere from 3 or whatever when she was sent her last text um, to her, you know, boyfriend or whatever in Indiana, who she was going to literally live with and everything someday. Um, yeah, and but anyway, so remember the tranquilizer dart was found in the dryer, which is kind of a weird place for one to be. And they really believe because her phone was pinging from room to room to room to room to room to room to room. It was one of these huge houses that she was running from him with that tranquilizer.
Mom,
Pew
they
pew.
said we gotta get it pretty soon.
Okay, Parker, it's 124.
Because they said because it's in a resident mailbox, it has to be picked up soon.
Oh,
I can go down with your key.
no, I don't want to give you my mailbox key.
Why?
Well, for one, you might have to use that other key down below. And if you think it's easy, it's not. I've struggled twice and I know what to do. So let me go with you, okay?
Well, I'll walk down there with you.
Okay, all right. Just put your shoes on.
What?
Let me put your shoes on and let me say bye to my friends, okay? 2 little horns below are sensory organs that snails use to feel the terrain and guide themselves. Cute. I didn't know they were called horns. I thought they were called like antennae. Excuse me. I have the hiccups. Oh. Oh my gosh. AK-47. That bug sounds creepy. I looked at old videos about summer wells a few weeks ago. I just, honestly, people don't understand Ernie's show, but he studied trafficking. And when the father said to him on their phone call, and he was all relaxed because Ernie purposely had dripping water in the background, which relaxes a person, he said, she's worth something like she's worth more than gold. He sold her. The father sold her. That's what I believe, and that's what I'll always believe. Just like people have their beliefs about Karen Reed. He also talked about how he was in debt, about $65,000 at one point, and he's going to sacrifice one little girl, blue-eyed blonde girl, to save his whole family or whatever he did it for. It's just sickening. It's sickening. And she could have been alive for a while, but then with all that notoriety, they probably did something. And the younger one, was he Wesley, the youngest brother? I'm telling you right now, I brought it up on Dolly Vision, and nobody wants to believe what Benny Keys taped. But he did tape a social worker. He connived her into, oh, I won't say anything or do anything, and he taped her.
Yeah, really, Mom.
And what I heard was horrific. I'm not even going to say it right here. But I will say this, both her and the littlest boy were running for their lives. And she didn't make it up there on the hill. So, I don't think after 6 months, because he couldn't even talk. And when he finally opened up, this is what he divulged. Right? Yeah. And one more thing. Whose ashes are in the thing around the mom and dad's neck? In a little crematorium, whatever necklace. Whose are those? I can tell you who. In Nebraska, a June bug is a small, hard shell, black and pinch. Parker, I don't like it when you're pushy. I do not.
I don't want them to do something to it.
They're not going to come back and take it out of the box. Well, they're not going to do it.
Please go down and get it.
I know.
Like 3 days for this.
I know. Yeah, thanks, AK-47. God rest her soul is right. So, yeah. And, oh, yes, yes. To a different child in, I think it was Utah. He was actually seen on the corner of a street with one of the children. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a while back, Don Wells. Yeah. Boy, it was a little boy. Yeah, I'm glad none of them have custody of any of them. I'm glad that they act like they don't want the youngest one back. I mean, he might feel like crap about it, but in the end, if he finds a better home, right? I mean, it's sad if the other two are adopted out and the younger one now is waiting. I mean, he probably really wishes he was with his brothers. Why can't this family, wherever the other two are, right? Take, or is there one other one? No, there's 3 boys and her. Take him now too, or something. Yeah, that's how I came onto YouTube and saw this whole true crime community. And I've said this before. The first person I saw on here was Team Rose came up on my feed. And then after that, Benny Keys. It was so bizarre. And then after that, Dolly Vision came up in my feed. And I was like, who are these people? And because I always thought YouTube was just people making funny videos of family and, laughing at them and filming them when they fall down or slip on ice. I didn't know there were communities like this. I didn't know. I thought to chat, you had to pay money. So when I watched Ernie Shell for like a whole year, I never commented. And to think that I was up on his panel and kind of got to know him up there and everything is really an utter miracle, because I'm just some woman sitting clear over here in Washington State. Like it's crazy. Yeah. Well, she'll never be forgotten. Yeah, February 4th is her birthday, and that's when I had my stroke, February 4th. But you guys, thanks for being here. I'm going to go down in the mail. Go down and check the mail with my son because he ordered something. And it's been fun to just chit chat and hang out. And yeah, I mean, you probably won't see a difference in my hair tomorrow, but I will. So I'll do my hair tomorrow and hopefully I'll be back. And I'm going to go and I'm going to read the next part of the little part of the chapter. I don't read a ton tomorrow. Hopefully I should be here. But thanks. Hit the like. Please subscribe if you're willing to. And, try to look at that glass half full, not half empty, All right. Bye, you guys.